Welcome back. Welcome back. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Yes, back with the pre-show live before Nano Girl later on today. And boy, oh boy, I got some good stuff for us to go over for our pre-show live stream. Oh yeah. There we go. There we go. We're here. We're live. And we're ready to go for another pre-show live stream. How y'all doing out there? We have got one Polly Nation, Rick Anderson, John in the chat room. That's the three names I see first there. But when I say first, I should really go to the top of the chat. And remember, folks, turn your chat to live chat. Make sure you're on live chat, not top chat. Don't ask me what the difference is, but I will tell you that Top Cat used to be one of my favourite cartoons back in the day. I bet the Top Cat's probably gone now, right? It's probably not politically correct anymore or something like that. How did I get onto that? But anyway, Jose Ramon Francis first in the chat room. Big up to you. Big up. Yep. Then we had the King, All Rise. And ZX came in third. So who else we got in there? We have got Malaya. Remember to check out Malaya's channel. We've also got the Bearded Traveller, Julie Mull. A good evening to you, Julie, and your family. We've got the Polynation. Let's see, John. I think I mentioned you as well. First, Paranormal. Jason, I'll have your t-shirt on tomorrow. Got my Monsterland one on today. Ronnie LeBlanc, maybe I should reach out to him. He was a one-time guest on the show, but wow. And there's a writer over at Mysterious Universe who I think is called Jocelyn LeBlanc. It's definitely a LeBlanc anyway. Now, what's the chances that Ronnie and that other LeBlanc might be man and wife? I'm thinking they might be. I think they might be. So, wouldn't it be kind of cool if we could get the two of them to come onto the show if they are connected? Think of the deep woo we would get into there. But first, Paranormal, yes, I was one of the lucky winners of the t-shirt. I had it on the members stream the other day. What was that? The members stream? Oh, if you need to know how to get to the members stream, you just have to click that big blue button down below, the one that says join, and that will take you right there. Yes, indeed. And we have our Savage Sunday stream, the VIP lounge, Speculation Island. We've got that many different names for it. Who knows? But it's good fun. It's good fun, and that gets us in the mood for warrior mode, because there's so many different things that we're doing right now. And we've got Nano Girl later on the show today, and then I have to hurriedly go and make my way over to the east coast of America, and I'm going to be hanging out with Billy Ray Valentine. Yes, he's going to be recording an episode. I think it might be going over on Iconic, not sure. I'll let you all know about that. But yes, and I don't think I'm going to be Kev Baker Monster Man. I don't think so. I think I'm going to be Kev Baker Podcaster. So we'll see. We'll see. But everyone wants the monster guy, right? It is what it is. It is. So Donnie's in there. Donnie, I hope Luna's kicking around, because she had left something in Discord that we're going to take a quick look at today. We've got some good stuff to look at today. We got floating pyramids. We've got one of the stranger stories of the year so far. One of the stranger ones. We've got a cop being attacked by a flying humanoid. I swear, we're going there. We have got something called Lion Rock that we're going to take a look at. And also, there's an ancient manuscript that we've mentioned on the show before. But I like to listen to a lot of audiobooks. and been listening to a good one lately. And randomly, this ancient manuscript that is full of mystery got mentioned. So we're going to take a little quick look at that today. Then I think we'll be doing a show on that at some point in the future. We'll get to it though. I see Mark coming in, weapon, all 5 of them, times 5. So it's either that, he's got an X5, BMW, I'm not sure. Colorist. Anyone else for any else? No, any more for any more? No, Donnie, not well, Donnie. I forget when you call Luna, you just do it through the Bush Telegraph, right? She'll be able to catch it on the archive, brother. It's all good. But let's take a little look at what we've got then. So if I take you over here first of all, bada bing, bada boom. Will it come up or what's happened? There we go. Now something's happened to the website here. My thumbnails keep on disappearing. Unless I hover over it. But Nano Girl is back on the show today. She's going to be talking about Rescue the Future. Big shout out to Nano right now. Oh, hang on. Have I been a bad man? Did I forget to send Nano the link? Oh no. There we go. Let's see. No, that's not it. Best send her my stream key. That's no use to man nor beast. Okay. Let's see, where are we? Copy that over here. No? What on earth's going on? Sorry, folks. Let me shove some tunes on the background while I get this fixed. I don't even know if we're going out live anymore. Is the internet gone down, Anne? Anne? Is the internet gone down? Is the internet gone down? Let's see. Hang on. I don't even know if I'm going out live here. Holy shinoli. Okay. Nano's listening. Is it still live? Right, hang on. Aye? Okay, I'm still live. Alright. So, I'm just going to fly blind on the YouTube side then, because on the back end of YouTube it says we're not fine. It's like it's not loading up. Oi, Anne. Oi. Yeah. Stress levels are going up slowly. But we've got Nano. That's the main thing. We've got Nano. She got in touch. She heard me calling on the Bush Telegraph. You see, we've got our Bush Telegraph now. Something's coming back on the back end of YouTube, I think. But yeah, so like I said today, if you're going to be going along with Nano's show, we've got the slides there. I say we, the royal we. I done nothing apart from put them on the website. And I smile and Nano's listening. So she knows, like, as much as I try to get through the slides, Nano's got a way of saying everything that inspires thoughts and cogs in my mind to go a bit crazy. So it's really hard. It's really hard for me sometimes just to zip it up and get through these amazing slides that Nano puts together. I'll try and open one up here. Probably go all wrong now. Now everything's going wrong. Oh no, we're all good. Okay. We're back on the back end of YouTube, but is this loading up now? Yeah, there we go. So there's Nano slides. Rescue the Future. Can't show you any more of them because potentially, we might be angering the algorithm, but that's okay because that's why we head on over to TFR Live after this for the main show in town. So, Floating Pyramids, are we ready? A big shout out to everyone for hanging with us there. I certainly didn't know if we were still alive or not. Lucky I didn't start scratching my bum or picking my nose or something like that. Why did I even say that? Who knows? Let's get into the floating pyramid. Did I say a flying pyramid? Could we talk about a flying pyramid and a floating humanoid? Floating humanoids, flying humanoids, tomatoes, you know. So anyhow, and sign in the background. That's usually Jason. You've missed nothing. Trust me, you've missed nothing. You've missed me trying to keep a calm kind of facade going while internally, it's all stress levels. It's all good though, man. It's all good. It's because I don't have your t-shirt on today. That's what happened. I was talking about your t-shirt earlier. You missed that? Oh, come on, man.
Come on, man.
Jason. At least the soundboard's working. Eh? There you go. There's Nano Girl. For anyone who didn't know, I'm going to out her here. It's S Bar in the chat room. Yeah. Big shout out to Kevin. Jungle Hip J. Oh, what a name. That's awesome. Be the Sword. Oh, I like that name as well. Look at a few new names in here. Oh, this is fantastic. This makes my day. It really makes my day. Anywho. So, this floating pyramid, I'll tell you something. I'm not going to say it's an entirely new one on me, because I bet there'll be somebody out there going, that cheeky little so-and-so. I was on his show talking about that pyramid for 2 hours one night, and he can't even remember it. But it doesn't really stick in my head at all, okay? So when I came across this on one of my favourite websites, Sputnik, work it out, located in Egypt's western desert, the pyramid of Senusret II resides in an area known as the Fayum Oasis. Now, while the Great Pyramid of Giza is arguably the most famous monument in Egypt, okay, so now that's all going mad. See, folks, see when it all goes wrong? Everything starts going wrong, right? There we go. It's my streaming OCD. Anyone else could have just gone with that, but no, it would have got on my nerves. So what can I say? Dave is engaged. Hold on tight, folks. I've had to switch hosts. So then, while the Great Pyramid of Giza is arguably the most famous monument in Egypt, now I've got hair hanging out my hat. I should have just given up today, right? The arid expanses of this country harbour a pyramid complex unlike any other. This comes from the Daily Express. Citing the Science Channel's Unearthed documentary released this month, the newspaper notes that the structure in question, the pyramid of the 12th dynasty pharaoh Senusret II, was the only pyramid ever built to look like it floats on water. So the king was telling us earlier on, he dropped it into disco. I believe there was a moat around this pyramid. And even when you think about the pyramids on the Giza Plateau, you got to remember that the Nile, things looked a lot different back then, folks. A lot different to what we see it today, you know. And it says then, built around 1870 BC, it's a mighty monument clad in gleaming limestone that rises 160 feet above the desert, the series explains. At the top, a granite or a black granite capstone makes a connection to the heavens. Next to it, a smaller pyramid for the pharaoh's queen, and 8 stone mastaba memorials. And 8 stone mastaba memorials. It was all enclosed by a huge mud brick wall, and the complex was said to be surrounded by water, seemingly floating in the desert. So it stands in Egypt's vast western desert, and this is a fertile area of the desert known as the Fayum Oasis. So musing over the pyramid's nature, leading archaeologist Salima Ikram proposed a theory of how the pharaoh managed to make his pyramid look like it was floating. What a sight it must have been for people to look at something like that. This mountain of a pyramid encircled by water, she said. We're in the middle of a desert, but in the distance you can see there is lots of greenery and vegetation. The fact there is a lush oasis here means that there is a constant supply of water. And the series also notes that the cameras have been given exclusive access to venture inside this bizarre megastructure for the very first time. It says we'll digitally reconstruct or deconstruct the pyramid's star-shaped inner skeleton, reveal its hidden tunnels, unearth its astonishing engineering features, and uncover long-lost treasures to solve the mystery of the strangest pyramid of all. The documentary declares, please tell me it starts, there's a pyramid that once floated in the desert. That'd be a really cool way to start that program, right? Come on, if you're a fan of Oak Island, I think we should hire the dude. We should insist he's the guy that covers it. But look at it. I was looking at this today. You know, if you look at that there, well, I get a better picture of it up. Hang on. Pyramid. Right, see this here? Maybe it's just me, right? But see when you, like, take a look at this. Now, I'm not saying that, I'm saying this is what it is, but see when you zoom in on it? Like, I play a lot of computer games. A lot of you play computer games out there. That looks like it's a badly rendered hill or a really badly rendered pyramid, doesn't it? And you know, because I play about with the graphics now, there's a program called 3D Element, and you can put pyramid shapes in there, and you can put like circles in there. And some of you might remember when I done the black goo blob. Remember the black goo blob? Just a black king shiny, and it looks like it's liquid and moving about. If you were to put like a pyramid into After Effects 3D Element and then play about with the distort and the warp features, you're going to get something that starts to look like that. So listen, I'm not saying the simulation rendered it wrong, but there's something really weird about this. That's all I'm saying, alright? So it says, it's Censuret the second. So this is a kind of new one on me. Kak Eper, I'm probably butchered that, innit? Kakeper Senusret the second, blah, we'll figure out an easier name for me, was the fourth pharaoh of the 12th dynasty of Egypt. Now he ruled from 1897 BC until 1878 BC, and his pyramid was constructed at El Lahoun. So Sensuret II took a great deal of interest in the Fayoum Oasis region and began to work on an extensive irrigation system for Bar Youssef through to Lake Moris, through the construction of a dike at El Lahoun and the addition of a network of drainage canals. The purpose of his project was to increase the amount of cultivatable land or cultivable land in the area, and the importance of this project is emphasized by Senusret's decision to move the royal necropolis from Dashur to El Lahoun, where his pyramid was built. So this location would remain the political capital for the 12th and 13th dynasties of Egypt. The king also established the first known workers' quarter in the nearby town of Senusrethetop or Rothotep. So where's the pyramid? Let's see. Here we go. So tomb treasure in 1889. The Egyptian or the English Egyptologist Flinders Petrie found a marvellous gold and inlaid royal uraeus? Who knows? that must have originally formed part of the pharaoh's looted burial equipment in a flooded chamber of the king's pyramid tomb. It is now located in the Cairo Museum. Well, at least Zahi Hawass didn't keep it for his own private collection, I suppose. The tomb of Princess, oh, please, Sethatho Renet. What names? Why can't they just call them normal names like Princess Sith? Or that'd be a bad name for a princess, really, wouldn't it? A daughter of the pharaoh was also discovered by Egyptologists in a separate burial site. So several pieces of jewellery from her tomb included a pair of pectorals and a crown of diadem were found there. They are now displayed at the Metropolitan Museum of New York, or the Cairo Museum in Egypt. There's this pyramid again. So let's see what it says. The pyramid was built around a framework of limestone radial arms, similar to the framework used by Senusret I. Now, instead of let's see. Thought I'd lost people again there. This is a bizarre one today. I'm hearing things in my ear. There's things going on. I'm hearing voices. It's not Dave. That's the worrying thing. So yes, instead of using an infill of stones, mud and mortar, Senusret II used an infill of mud bricks before cladding the structure with a layer of limestone veneer. Now, the outer cladding stones were locked together using dovetail inserts, some of which still remain to this day. So a trench was dug around the central core that was filled with stones to act as a French drain. Oh, lots of talk of French drains on Oak Island in the last season that was on, in particular. There's an interesting link, eh? The limestone cladding stood in this drain, indicating that Senusret II was concerned with water damage. Now, there were 8 mastabas and 1 pyramid to the north of Senusret's complex, and all were within the enclosure wall. So the wall had been encased in limestone, and that was decorated with niches, perhaps a copy of Djoser's complex at Saqqara. And of course, it's been Saqqara that we've really been talking about. Last year, we talked about the amazing documentary. Goodbye, Annie. Sorry, folks. Annie away on night shift. Priorities. I don't want a slap round the back of the head and then an angry Annie coming in the morning. So that's me. Good to go. We're good to go. Anne, have a lovely time at work. See, both of us working. I was waiting for a smart comment from her there. I really was. But yeah, we've been talking more when it comes to Egypt. Saqqara has been the place I've been looking at because of the documentary, because we had all of the sarcophagi that was found. And talking of sarcophagi, our sarcophagi, Jimmy Jeans, is going to be on hour number 2 on tomorrow's Kev Baker show. So be there for that. But you're going to be there for Nano Girl today anyway, so I'll get to remind you about all that then. So it's quite cool that we're now, or I'm now starting to look at other places around Egypt as well. It's one of those places. You can't get away from the woo in Egypt. You just can't. It's got it all, really, hasn't it? I think it has, anyway. So it says here, the mastabas were solid with no chambers. No chambers have found within or beneath, indicating that they were cenotaphs and possibly symbolic in nature. Flinders Petrie investigated the auxiliary pyramid and found no chambers. So the entrances to the underground chambers were on the southern side of the pyramid, which confused Flinders Petrie for some months as he looked for the entrance on the traditional northern side. The builder's vertical access shaft had been filled in after construction, and the chamber made to look like a burial chamber. This was no doubt an attempt to convince tomb robbers to look no further. A secondary access shaft led to a vaulted chamber and a deep well shaft. This may have been an aspect of the cult of Osiris, although it may have been to find the water table. A passage led northwards past another lateral chamber and turned westwards. And this led to an antechamber and a vaulted burial chamber with a side chamber to the south. Chambers here, there, everywhere, isn't it? It's just like a big chamber party. The burial chamber was encircled by a unique series of passages. It's better than another chamber. If I'd had to say chamber one more time, I suppose I just did, that may have given reference to the birth of Osiris. Interesting. A large... I knew I'd get it wrong eventually.
Sarcophagi.
That was the one I was looking for. Sarcophagi. Was found within the burial chamber. No social justice warriors were found in this pyramid. Not to any reports that anyone's ever read. Some time traveling social justice warriors just hanging about in the Queen's chamber waiting to be found or something. Make for a good book. Anywho, large sarcophagi, and we're not going to try that one again, was found within the burial chamber, and it is larger than the doorway in the tunnels, showing that it was put in position when the chamber was being constructed and it was open to the sky, unless, ladies and gentlemen, unless they're a Stargate. I'm just saying. The limestone outer cladding of the pyramid was removed by Ramesses II so he could reuse the stone for his own use. He left inscriptions that he had done so. That was nice of him. Somebody comes along and strips all the kind of cladding off your house, and it's okay though. He left a little note. He wrote a little note for you in one of the walls that he kind of damaged. I don't know. Tell you, shady times when people are coming and stripping out your chambers, folks. And we think we've got it hard today. We think we're facing adversity right now. Nothing compared to what these pharaohs and elites were having to worry about down in Egypt back in the day. Let me tell you, I'm going to be back in just a second and getting a little drink of coffee. I'm going to reset my head. I'm going to reset Kev. I'm going to reset Dave, and we're going to try and start again. Maybe. Yeah, it's definitely a weird looking, can we even call that a pyramid? I mean, really? I don't know. That looks more like Ayers Rock. That looks more like Uluru than it does a pyramid. But that's just me. That's what I see. I noticed Polly says that in the chat room as well. Yeah, I was struggling to see the pyramid when I first looked at it. Then I thought it was literally floating, you know, David Copperfield style. Ooh, just a floating pyramid that kind of ghosts around the desert. I know it sounds even sillier now that I say it out loud, but hey, that's what it is, right? Well, it's not that. Richard. So glad you could make it. Yes, I'm glad you got a nice warm welcome into the live chat here. We're a friendly bunch. But we leave our politics at the door. But we tend to leave our belief systems there. And also, a lot of the time, we leave logic at the door as well. I have to admit. Don't worry about that. And we've now got an improved little 16-second intro here before we bring it back and we get into looking more at this pyramid. And I want to see what you people have to say about it, because, hey, I could sit here and talk about it all day, but after a while, nobody really cares what I've got to say. It's all right. But we'll get the pyramid up. Here we go. Okay, that was a big one. Pyramid. Ladies, stop it. There we go. So, I mean, what are you people out there saying about this pyramid? Because this is like the wackiest pyramid I've seen. I mean, you've got the kind of stepped one, the weird one, the bent one, the broken one at Saqqara. I would say the one at Saqqara was like their best attempt to try and copy, try and replicate what they found, what they excavated on the Giza plateau. Yes, I said that, folks. I think they excavated the pyramid and the Sphinx, and then I think they thought, we can do that. And they started building things like this monstrosity right here. This might have been the first go. It really might have been. But I'm looking forward to maybe checking out that documentary about it. Sounds really cool with the star shape. I'm watching a few things about star forts recently. Don't know what to make of it all, but ooh, it's interesting. Very interesting. Tracy Kane, a big hello from Scotland, right back to Indiana. There you go. Yeah. Saqqara was a core, never finished. There you go then. There you go. So said ZX, he declareth. He of the wisdom of Egypt. That's what your name is for the remainder. You're the keeper of the secrets, ZX, for the remainder of this stream anyway. Anything you want to know, go to ZX. Jules, good to see you. Can't remember for shout out. War! What is it good for? What else we got to say? Looks like a pyramid spent a long time underwater then, buried by some kind of great deluge. Whoa! Now, I have to agree with you there, bro. It does look as if something's covered up. It's really, maybe I should have really probably dug up Google Earth for that one, right? See if we can get a better picture of what's happening over here. Hang on. Yeah, it looks like there could be a lot of pyramids still under there, eh? Doesn't it? See, that there looks just... That's, but I like the whole water idea, man. I like the water idea. I do like that. Oh, dang, look at that thing. Oh, boy. There we go. Hang on, look at that. Now that's a whole lot more revealing, isn't it? Although I must admit, that looks kind of photoshopped. That doesn't look real. Pinterest. Maybe it is, I don't know. Let's see if we can find it. Well, it could be, because there's something there. There's more of it exposed there. Wow, look at that. Yep. I tell you what, when you think about what ZX said a moment ago, about that being an inner core, about the Saqqara one, if we take a look at the Saqqara one, you know, you could actually, you can. Pareidolia might be kicking in, but you can see how this could have been something like that at one point, and then where you're seeing the sand out here built up over it, almost an inner column, inner core. I like it, ZX, I like it, but we're going to move on. We're going to move on to our next little story, and this is where it gets really weird. Really weird. Flying humanoids attacking police. What? What? Holy heck, there's more content creators in this live chat. you know, per capita, since we've only got like 50 or 60 people here, we've got quite a high percentage of content creators in there. So for all you people. Oh, Bernice, what's up? Bernice, what? Who's one of them? There you go. Good to see you as well, Bernice. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, we're going to get into this crazy story next. Big shout out to the Gherkins. They were the ones that sourced it. There we go. That's more like it. That's more like it. Now I'm happy, Bernice. I was worried there. I thought I'd done something to offend you, man. I know I offend people from time to time, but it's not deliberate. I don't mean it. Sometimes I mean it. Sometimes I mean it, but definitely not with you. Definitely not. So then, let me take El Lahoun Pyramid off the screen and let me go to what should really be maybe one of our first epic stories of well, no, it can't be actually. It can't be. It can't be. I was going to say it's going to be our first epic story of 2021, but it's actually relating to a case in 2004. So listen, hey, it's still a good headline though, right? Bear with me, okay? But no, this is really, really weird, like as in uber weird. Check this out. A mysterious attack on a police officer by a flying humanoid witch. I think it was one of the nasty ones by the sounds of it, folks. It just wasn't one of your people, you know, messing about and doing good things with herbs in the forest and anything like that. No. This was one of the nastier ones. A police officer named Leonardo Samaniego from Guadalupe in Mexico was allegedly attacked by a mysterious flying humanoid witch on January the 16th, 2004 at 3:15 a.m. Now they say 3 o'clock in the morning is the witching hour. Boy, did that come true for him. So let's dig further into it. As usual, Officer Samaniego was patrolling in his patrol car around Colonia Valles de la Sala, and that is when a huge dark object appeared to leap from a tree to the street and turned to confront the car using which officer. Now, remember, I think some of these stories are translated because it's not just the fact I can't read at the best of times, which I know I can't, okay? But it says it jumped or appeared to leap from a tree next to the street and turned to confront the car using, or it should be the car, which Officer Samaniego was performing his duty. Confused with what had just happened, Officer Samaniego turned on the lights of the car on high beam and witnessed a nightmare. He saw a woman dressed in black who was floating several feet above the ground. Oh boy. The flying humanoid, which had two large black eyes, completely without the lids. Bothered by the headlight, the creature held up its cape in an attempt to protect them. Now, I take it it's talking about the eyes there. What happened next with the officer is spine-chilling, as the witch seemed angry by the patrol car's interference with her nocturnal activities, due to which it jumped on the car and attacked the officer by attempting to break his windshield. So the officer quickly put his automobile in reverse, trying his best to escape the attack. Now, in the official testimony with regard to the horrifying incident, Officer Samaniego stated the witch had flown violently at the windshield, trying to drive her hands through the glass and grab me. Now, I'm thinking before we go any further here, I'm thinking, what on earth's name is going on now? Jason's just dropped a link in and I'll try and get to it in a moment. Mexico is somewhere that you find a heck of a lot of these kind of reports, and it's not just the flying humanoids. You get the UFOs down there. Of course, you've got the whole chupacabra type thing. There's a whole host of paranormal, supernatural, high strangeness type stuff that leads me to think that we're looking at a naturally, or a natural area where the veil between this world and whatever others are out there is particularly thin. As in, it's really porous. And then you start to open your imagination and set sail for Speculation Island, and then you start to wonder, about some of the ancient civilizations, not just in Mexico, but in South America, and whether that thinness of the veil, whether that closeness to the other worlds that exist all around us, maybe that's one way that they were getting information. It seems to have put them way ahead of their time. Or maybe that's the type of information that has them building, I don't know, similar structures to the ones you see halfway around the world in places like Egypt, and then keep going and you start seeing pyramids here, there, everywhere. How does that information just randomly appear different times all around the world? Does it come from these other dimensions? I don't know, but I tell you what, I hope this witch does, because if I find out there's some earthly kind of realm for these things, I'm not going there. So he specifically emphasized the fact that the flying humanoid, which had large black eyes. You know what that sounds like, don't you? It sounds like it could be the grandmother of one of the black-eyed children families that run about harassing and pestering people, usually in America, the US. But you get black-eyed children reports everywhere. So we've got black-eyed children. We've had reports of black-eyed families in the past as well. We've had a lot of reports of pale-skinned humanoids in the past 12 months. Not just making that up. It's Stan Gordon and Lon Strickler. They've both reported that, and they're people that work taking reports about high strangeness. I always said with Bill Bean, and it used to be kind of jokingly, I used to say, Bill, the supernatural will eventually become like the natural, because it's just here, there, everywhere, and nobody will be able to deny it. The paranormal will become a lot more normal and typical because it's here, there, everywhere. We're on the cusp as well of really creepy type technology, don't get me wrong, but loved ones that we've lost along the way, particularly now, because of social media and because we leave behind such a vast digital footprint away from social media, with everything combined. And you've got Microsoft now that are making patents for chatbots of deceased relatives. Yeah. Now, I know we've looked at something like that before. We've looked at something like that before with I think it was a Japanese company that was offering a virtual reality experience with people you had lost. But now Microsoft are getting in the, and the reason I bring it up here is because there are people out there that think that kind of thing is like conjuring spirits. We're moving into really, really crazy times. I think there's a part of me wonders if we get a lot of these TV shows like with the whole Twilight saga thing, remember that? And then we had that whole kind of, it was just a spate of like werewolfy type shows, vampires, people with superpowers. Almost, there's a part of me wonders, are we being prepared for a time when that is the norm? I don't know, and you could look at technology advancing, and soon people will probably be able to augment themselves, and they'll probably be able to enhance themselves with either CRISPR kits or maybe some kind of swap. This sounds weird, but swapping pieces out for literal mechanical replacements. Watch TV show Expanse, sci-fi stuff. I get it, but they show you in there how there's basically a kind of place where they have to take the people that augment themselves and enhance themselves with kind of transhumanist and biohacking stuff. It's like a special unit that's like reinforced everywhere so they can't, like 10 times stronger than your average human, or they can run faster, or they've got bionic eyes, or that kind of thing. I think that's just around the corner, and add to that the fact that we're reanimating people with technology that aren't here anymore. It's creepy, uncanny valley stuff. And the reason I go down all that weird kind of segued road there is because I think it all ties in. But this was 2004. 2004, we're talking about a cop. Now, okay, I'm going to be logical as well. Could there be another explanation? There could be a bajillion explanation, folks, right? The guy could have been out of his gourd smoking something. We don't know. He could have had a run-in with a lover. Maybe he got caught cheating by his wife, and she's gone absolutely tonto on the police car. She started smashing the police car up, stuff like that. And he thought, oh man, how did I tell the Sarge back at the police station that the wife kind of went mad on the car? I know what I'll do. I'll use the black-eyed witch story. It's that outrageous, you know. You surely wouldn't think he's just lying, right? I don't know. Some say that's where it's going to lead us, says War. Wah. Yes, indeed. Twilight. Anne was a big Twilight fan and all that. So it goes on to say here, right? The black eyes we had, seemingly with no eyelids. That's terrifying. He further described that it had dark brown skin and a horrible expression on its face when trying to get at Samaniego with her claws. The officer kept his car in reverse gear, desperately attempting to call for backup, and when the car struck the end of the street, he covered his eyes out of fear of avoid facing the scary witch. The horrible being kept clawing at the car's windshield, and the officer fainted due to the high stress. Several minutes later, help arrived. 2 police units, together with a witch handling unit. I'm only joking. And an ambulance, and Samaniego was found unconscious in his car. To his surprise, he was uninjured and regained consciousness while being treated by paramedics in the ambulance. Right, I don't know. There's some shenanigans going on here. It's just lying there, pretending to be unconscious, no injuries. I don't know. I'm starting to err on the side of he's been naughty. Exactly, Paulie. He'd have taken out his bang and dealt with it. It was reported that they allegedly saw the flying humanoid witch in the black dress and cape 3 days earlier, but had decided not to come forward. Hang on, I missed this bit out. During the investigation, more sightings of the witchy humanoid were reported by various eyewitnesses. A police officer from Santa Catarina and 2 more officers from the Regia force admitted that the same flying creature that Samaniego had encountered was spotted by them. It was reported that they allegedly saw the flying humanoid witch in the black dress and cape 3 days earlier, but decided not to come forward with a report of such a flying creature for fear of embarrassment. Well, I'll tell you what, that's where I would have been. If I had been Samaniego and I had just been attacked by something that I truly believed was some kind of flying humanoid, black-eyed, witch-type entity, do I go to the station and say, oh, boss, you're never going to believe what I've seen out there? You're right, he's never going to believe what you've seen. You're probably going to get put home on gardening leave. At the very best, you're probably going to have 6 months going to some police psychologist or psychiatrist and trying to make them believe that you've not lost your mind? Or do I just like maybe not report it and just say, oh, I had a run in with a lunatic, just a lunatic meth head or something, just went absolutely bananas. Been taking those crazy bath salts and just went totally. Maybe it was maybe it was just somebody in bath salts. Right? Remember all that craze? Remember all that stuff was going on? That was crazy stuff. So it says here, the incident grabbed the attention and credibility of other police officers. A number of residents from Colonia La Playa came forward and informed television interviewers that the flying monster had been spotted in daylight, as well as in the late evening hours by them too. One such resident named Norma Alicia Herrera reported seeing the flying humanoid, and claimed that the appearance of the creature was so terrifying that her brother fell sick for weeks. Don't go messing with these flying humanoids, folks. I'm telling you, nothing good comes of messing with the flying humanoids. I don't know much, but I know that. Oh, nice, nice, nice. So then, listen, folks. I'm going to show you something quickly here. Because I've just seen the time. You see, I get lost in the time, right? And I've got to go and do the show with Nano soon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you something here. Now, this was Luna that showed this to me today. I'll bring this up here. Now, this here is called Lion Rock. Okay, it's in Sri Lanka. But if we come over to hear what it says here now, I'm going to take another look at some pictures of this here, because Luna said, you know, they say it's called Lion Rock, but think reptilian. And I don't know, I'm looking at these nails coming out this hands here, but look at the side here, it's like almost serpentine, kind of like wavy designs and things. But let's take a little look, see what it says about it first. Lion Rock. Now it looks like a lion there, but pareidolia, right? I mean, would you see the lion if somebody hadn't told you? Nose there, little eye there. Lion Rock, or less formally Lion Rock Hill, is a mountain in Hong Kong. Alright, it's in Hong Kong. It's located between Kowloon Tong and Kowloon and Tai Wai of the New Territories, and is 495 meters high. The peak consists of granite covered. That can't be the same place, is it? Because I'm pretty sure. Hang on, Lion Rock. Is this it here then, maybe? Let's try Sri Lanka. There we go. There we go, troops. There we go. That's more like it. Wow. Okay, so this is a bit out of place, is it not? What on earth are we looking at here? Holy begoli. Okay, okay now. Right, there's like the picture. Messages going. Okay, we need to find out more about this place. This place looks tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. Yeah. There we go. Sigiriya. Sigiriya. Yep, is an ancient rock fortress located in the northern Metal district near the town of Dambula in the central province of Sri Lanka. The name refers to a site of historical and archaeological significance that is dominated by a massive column of rock nearly 200 meters, 660 feet high. According to ancient Sri Lankan chronicle, the Kalavamsa, the site was selected by King Kashyapa, and that was 477 to 495 CE, for his new capital, and he built the palace on top of this rock and decorated its sides with colourful frescoes. That's okay building your castle up there, mate, but how on earth's name do you get up and down to it? That's crazy looking. Alright, so now I see how you get up and down to it, but a heck of a walk when you're a bit, maybe a couple of beers or something, you know? That's mental. Okay, now. Close up of the lion's paw. Is it a lion? That look like lion's claws to you? I don't know. Oh boy, here we go. Ba-da-ba-ba-dow. Get them awfully done for nudity, probably. But look at this. What the? The mirror wall. Wow. I take it this is up on top of it then. A pool in the garden complex. Oh, wow. Is that the view from it? Yep, the gardens of Sigiriya. I bet you that guy, is it Praveen? Who's the one we watch, ZX? Who's the guy that does all the places over in the east? He does all the kind of Tibetan and Hindu type temples and stuff like that. The YouTuber, I'm trying to remember his name. Well, that is some place, eh? Wow. So the capital and the royal palace was abandoned after the king's passing, and it was used as a Buddhist monastery until the 14th century. And Sigiriya today is a UNESCO-listed World Heritage Site. It's one of the best preserved examples of ancient urban planning. No kidding. But listen, I'm going to get into that more on a show. That deserves at least a segment on a show. But Jason sent something, and it's to do with flying humanoids. So I'm going to play a couple of minutes of this, then I'm going to go and get Nano Girl. And I invite you all to join us over on tfrlive.com. You can get us on Talk Stream Live as well. We're a big hit over on Talk Stream Live. Thanks, Jimmy, for pointing that out. Yeah, Praveen. What's his name, Josie? What's the full name? I can't remember the dude's full name. Yeah, cool dude. One of my favourite YouTube channels, to be honest with you. But let's take a listen to what Jason's been doing over here it's 6 months ago. But it ties in. Everything ties in on YouTube. I've got the guy's permission. He's in the chat. Don't do that to me. The Owl Man of Morning Smith. Oh.
In 1926, the Cornish Echo newspaper reported that two boys had been chased by what was described as a very large and ferocious bird. The terrified boys managed to escape and took cover behind a large steel grating.
What happened there? That's alright. I thought we'd cut off Jace. I thought we'd lost you, man. But Graham! Good to see you, man.
The next sighting of the Owlman took place on April 17th, 1976. June and Vicky Mellin, aged 9 and 12, and their family were on their Easter break in Malnan Smith. They saw a birdman hovering over the tower of Malnan Old Church.
Yes, indeedy. Look at that thing. I do remember talking about this. Yes, the Owl Man. Listen, folks, I urge you all to go and check out
two
Jason's
wit-
channel. That's a little teaser for you, a little taster. We're going to try and get Jason up to 1,000 subs. Come on. Slowly but surely, we'll get him there. But head on over there. And like I was saying, there's a lot of content creators in here. Let me see. We've got Malaya. We have got Algo. He was kicking about earlier. Jimmy streams all the time. Who else did I see? We've got Armand. Armand does gaming. Armand also does grooming, dog grooming, things like that. Taking his dog a walk, stuff like that. Let's see who else we got. We got Polly. He'll bring you some music. He's got the music on the go. ZX. I think ZX has got something on YouTube. But he'll definitely get you into retro gaming if you're on the disco. But with that said, folks, I really, really have to take my leave now and go and get my good friend. She's waiting patiently in the live chat. She's also waiting over on Skype. I'm going to go and get the Nano girl. And we are going to bring you an absolutely tremendous show today. And don't forget, you can follow along or just keep for prosperity, because I'll probably distract Nano along the way and we won't get to half of these good slides that she's got for us. But you can get into all of this over at, it's kevbakershow.com/nanogirl notes. One word. I'm going to do that right now because I've not published it yet. So let me get that off there. Nano Girl Notes. One word. Nano Girl Notes. There we go. That's going live right now. Then I'll drop a link into the chat room and then we'll get out of here. And you'll not have to listen to me boring you with my horrible Scottish accent for any longer. Well, at least not for another 14 minutes, right? So, if I go here, here is the link for Nano's notes, the PDF versions. You can get them over at the website now. But we'll be heading over to tfrlive.com. We'll be over on TalkStream Live as well. And we will also be in the Discord. So wherever you are, whenever you are, I hope you can join us, because Nano is going to raise the bar on KBS. Now, how do I know that? Because she always does. Thank you so much for being here. I'll speak to you again real soon. Nano's in the green room. Look, see? Well organized today. That there's my green room. Look, it's like very, very transhuman-y. We're in the Borg. We are in the Borg and none of you even noticed.